Well, the call is going on right now. Mark Zuckerberg kicking it off, saying that he's going to address the allegations laid out in that New York Times article detailing mismanagement at Facebook. Take a listen to what he said.
I've said many times before that we were too slow to spot Russian interference, too slow to understand it, and too slow to get on top of it. And we've certainly stumbled along the way. But to suggest that we weren't interested in knowing the truth, or that we wanted to hide what we knew, or that we tried to prevent investigations is simply untrue.
Zuckerberg went on to talk in great detail about a note he's publishing today on content governance and enforcement, saying this is a very important topic for the company. Of course, this ties in to all these concerns about the spread of fake news and manipulation on the platform. He said that there's really a conflict at Facebook, and something that they're very much concerned with is this idea of balancing the idea of giving people a voice, but also keeping people safe. He said they're investing a lot in artificial intelligence so they could be more proactive instead of reactive, putting these systems in place to identify harmful content. And they're working on stopping the spread of sensational and the sharing of sensational information or provocative content. The call is still going on right now. There will be a Q&A session after the speakers wrap up. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. We see Facebook shares now down about 0.5%. Back over to you.
I know you want to get back to that, and you're not listening to everything they're saying right now, but I haven't heard anything where they respond to those allegations in the article that said that they were hiring PR firms to solicit negative stories about rivals like Apple and Google.
Well, yes, it's interesting because he opened up with that first statement. The soundbite we played there was really Zuckerberg's first comment on the call. And then he shifted gears and said that he has been working for a long time on this note about the spread of inappropriate content and safety on the platform, and that they're putting that out there today. And then he went through 4 different ways they are working on stopping the spread of misinformation, talking about both the technological component, et cetera, and building more robust appeals process if people think that content has been pulled down that shouldn't have been, but they haven't gotten into more of the nitty-gritty of the details laid out in the article. But I suspect some of that will come up on the conference call. The bill, it is worth noting that in a blog post published earlier this morning, they said they were not hiring firms to write incorrect or to spread misinformation through articles that they were publishing. So they did address that earlier today in that blog post, and they said that was not true. They said there are various inaccuracies in that article, but they haven't gone into it more on the call today.
You know, Julia, it struck me as unusual that about a half hour ago, Josh Lipton brought us the statement from the board in which it said that the board urged faster action by Zuckerberg as well as Sandberg. And then you have Zuckerberg here on this conference call. Are we witnessing what could be a division between the board and management? The board sounded almost like it was trying to insulate itself from blame.
Well, it's interesting because we have to remember, Melissa, that Zuckerberg does control the majority of voting shares here. So this is a company that he controls, but he does want to have good corporate governance simply from a reputational standpoint. And if you look at the stock price, so there is incentive for that. And I think that there has been a big push at the company towards transparency. The fact that Zuckerberg and his colleagues are on calls right now, they've been sending out statements, they've been posting these blog posts. They're trying to show that they can be transparent, and they're changing their ways after the manipulation on the platform back in the 2016 election. So they're making a big effort here. It'll be interesting to see what kind of dynamic we hear in the Q&A portion of this call.
Right.
But both the board and management are making an effort to show transparency.